Welcome back, one and all. Greg Silverman here. CIOs and boat ties, come learn with me. Another session, good article from Ray Dalio last week around Bitcoin. So Ray Dalio, the government outlawing Bitcoin is a good probability. That will certainly impact the cryptocurrencies. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, thinks Bitcoin may have a similar fate as gold did in the US during the 1930s. Back in the 30s, in the war years, because cash and bonds were such bad investments relative to other things, there was a movement to those other things, and then the government outlawed them. Dalio told Yahoo Finance on Wednesday they outlawed gold. I actually saw that interview on Yahoo Finance. They're very good. That's why also outlawing Bitcoin is a good probability, he said. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency in terms of market value, has proven itself as its blockchain hasn't been hacked and it has a large following, Dalio said. It is an alternative storehold of wealth. It's like a digital cash, and those are the pluses. So I think that it would be very likely that you would have it under a certain set of circumstances outlawed, the way gold was outlawed, Dalio said. Dalio explained that every country treasures its monopoly on controlling the supply and demand. They don't want other money to be operating or competing because things can get out of control. As an example, Dalio cited India and its effort to ban cryptocurrency. I beg your pardon. Whether it would be effectively banned in the US is another story. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, Dalio said, but there's a whole way. My understanding from people who are in government surveillance and so on is yes, they can track it. They can know who's dealing with it. However, James Ledbetter, editor of fintech newsletter Fin and CNBC contributor, previously told CNBC Make It that it had been quite difficult for the government to effectively ban Bitcoin. Although there's a concern or risk around regulation of Bitcoin, I don't think even a concerted effort among different countries and different central banks would actually shut down Bitcoin, Ledbetter said. I don't think that's technologically possible, but there are ways that Bitcoin can be regulated. While he hasn't mentioned a ban, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has repeatedly warned against cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. They're highly volatile and therefore not really useful stores of value, and they're not backed by anything. Powell said during a virtual panel discussion on digital banking on Monday. It's more a speculative asset that's essentially a substitute for gold rather than for the dollar. Interesting comments. Dalio has previously addressed the government banning Bitcoin. In a January post titled What I Think of Bitcoin on the Bridgewater Associates website, Dalio wrote that although he is not a Bitcoin cryptocurrency expert, I suspect that Bitcoin's biggest risk is being successful, because if it's successful, the government will try to kill it, and they have a lot of power to succeed. Dalio also wrote that a better alternative to Bitcoin will likely come along and displace it, because that is the way the evolution of everything works, he said. I see that as a risk. Well, there you have it, guys. Great article. I guess all of those in cryptocurrencies, this should serve as some kind of warning that there is a movement against them. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Come join us again for some other riveting articles. You all take care. Greg Silverman, out.